Stephen Maley. Law enforcement abuse. Criminal court corruption. Government corruption.
So Steve, are you going to kind of tell the story of what happened with your son and
Sure.
with Tyler and Peeps, as I
Yep.
call them?
Yep.
All right. First, why don't you tell me a little bit about each of the guys?
Well, they're both, Tyler's my son and Joey's one of the brothers in the club.
And how old were they when this happened?
Tyler was 25 and Joey was 28, I believe.
And I asked you earlier how long you've been a highwayman.
Right.
And could you say that as a soundbite? I've been a highwayman for...
I've been a highwayman for 22 years.
And how long had your son and Joey been?
Joey had been a member for roughly 4 years. Tyler for 9 years.
And then, of course, grew up with it.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of like the little guy here, always always involved. Okay. All right. So, what should we tell people about the Highwaymen? This is your club is only New York. Is that right?
Yes. Highwayman's only in New York State.
And when did it start?
1977, August 17th.
And what was the idea behind creating it? What's the idea behind it today?
Just a bunch of brothers riding together and having a good time.
Okay. Now, Hank used the term one percenters. What does that mean in your view?
That's what the government labels us.
Okay. And is that not a favorable term?
It is to them.
How do you guys take it?
It's what it is, you know. 1%'s 1%. They label us that because we don't conform to their rules and their society.
And but do the members take that as a badge of honor or a slur?
Badge of honor.
Because I put it on the website and I wanted to make sure you guys liked it rather than didn't like it. All right, so the guys have been in the club for a number of years. How many highwaymen are there in New York total? I understand there's several chapters.
Enough.
Enough?
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
They make a significant impact when they're all together at one time.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you for the escort I got. That was an absolutely wonderful experience. And
Did you enjoy that?
I totally enjoyed it.
Good.
And it's obvious that the guys all look out for each other.
Absolutely.
There's somebody always making sure everybody else is safe and taken care of. And it seems like it just happens. It just happens.
Right.
It's not orchestrated. They just all
Just
care, and
something.
somebody goes out and takes.
We
that
truly love each other.
All right, so
It's like a gigantic family.
and we're here at your clubhouse
Yes.
in Herkimer.
Ilion.
We're at Ilion?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I got the Herkimer exit, so I
Right.
Herkimer on the mind. Now let's talk about the guys. We got a little bit of background on the group. They've been in it for a number of years. What happened this fateful night?
Basically, everybody was all having a good time. They stopped into this one place called the Side Street in Mohawk, New York, which is like 4 miles from here. There was 4 members, a prospect, and a friend of the club. So there were 6 people. They all went into the bar. One member went up to buy some beer and some drinks. Prospect was with him. Joey opened the bathroom door. There was somebody in there. So he closed it, he waited. One person came out, Joey went in. He came out with another person, and then 2 other members went in the bathroom. And basically the bar owner, his brother and his father, and a bar patron attacked Joey and drug him outside. Tyler came out of the bathroom, saw a crowd heading out the back door, went outside, saw 4 people on top of his brother Joey, and he helped them. Cops were called. It was over with. A week and a half later, Tyler gets arrested. A week after that, Joey gets arrested for gang assault. Because the guy that attacked Joey, or initially attacked Joey in the bar, got his orbital socket broke outside. Got punched in the face.
Which he deserved.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
So when Tyler got arrested, the investigating officer, Doug Murphy, is friends with a family that owned the bar. And we have a video of what happened inside the bar. It shows them clearly attacking Joey. And Joey, by the way, is handicapped. He's deaf. So he can't, you talk to him, unless he's looking directly at you, he can read lips, but he can't hear anything.
So he's in a loud bar, and these guys are
supposedly right.
telling him to move.
When you see the tape, you'll want to throw up.
Yeah.
So the DA takes this all and runs with it. Brings it to the grand jury. Grand jury indicts them. He wants gang assault because we're in a club. He gets it. And the DA, the owner of the bar, also is a school teacher in Ilion High School. And he's the football coach. And the DA's son played football for this coach. If that has anything to do with anything, but to me, it's a little strange.
Fixes in.
Yep.
The night that it happened, the police didn't press any charges.
No.
Isn't that kind of unusual?
The only person that got their rights read to him was the owner of the bar. Because when the cops pulled up, they saw him punch Tyler in the face. But the next day, that was all dropped.
And did they ever talk to Tyler and Joey?
Nope.
Just all of a sudden they get
Nope.
a knock on the door.
Yep. Doug Murphy called Tyler on the phone and says, and they did it on usually they hold court on Wednesday in Mohawk. They did it on Thursday so they could call in another sitting judge. And they put $20,000 cash, $40,000 bond on these guys. It was ridiculous.
What's the name of the DA?
Prescott Klausner. And the sitting judge at the time was Judge Patrick Kirk. But he has since then stepped down.
And this is, you said Mohawk? Is that the name of the
town?
What's the county?
Herkimer.
So these people who were involved, were they city people or county people?
Town.
Town people. When did you learn about what happened at the bar?
1:30 that night. I was home. Got a phone call. And then it was like a week and a half later is when Doug Murphy called Tyler and said, come on down, we're pressing charges.
Did you take it as kind of a non-event when you heard about it, since there was no charges or anything?
I took it as a barroom brawl. They got attacked inside the bar. Four guys drugged Joey outside the bar. It was mute after that, you know. It should have been. And then the person that initiated it is the one that got his orbital socket broke. So.
And who was the initiator? And I know we're going to see the tape.
Oh, one of the killers. It was the owner of the bar. It was his brother.
His brother.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you take it and tell me? Tyler gets the phone call.
Yeah, he was actually at my store at the time. He was at my jewelry store. And he said, come in. Doug Murphy said, come in and you're going to be arraigned. And he said, well, I need bail. How much is it going to be? He says, well, it's a pretty serious charge. Just get here. So my wife went with him, and they arraigned him on 3 charges. Gang assault, second degree, assault in the second degree, and something else. I don't remember what that was. 20,000 cash, 40 bond. So they took him from there to Herkimer County Jail, where we bailed him out.
Now, and Joey came later?
Joey was almost 2 weeks after that. They couldn't push the gang assault unless they had another person. He's the one that got attacked. So the lawyer we had helping us at the time got a call from the police chief in Herkimer, Chief Malone, who was running this whole deal for Joey. Because Joey had a disability, they had to have an interpreter there. That's why they say it took 2 weeks. So he calls, and our lawyer says, well, didn't you see the tape where why are you arresting him? He's the one that got attacked. And this chief of police says, we're treating it as 2 separate incidences. Whatever happened inside is different than what happened outside. That was his words to a lawyer.
Say whatever they need to say, don't they?
Yep.
All right, so Tyler's out on bond, and Joey gets a call?
Yes, I went with Joey. Me and my wife went with Joey when he had to turn himself in.
Okay. Is it the same story, arraignment?
Same thing.
Same charges?
Same charges. 20,000 cash, 40 bond. But we knew that, so we had the money to bail him out at court. So that's why he gets out 1 day later than Tyler, because he didn't go to county jail for a day.
All right. When did all this happen? What month and year are we talking about?
November, I think 14th, but I'm not sure. And it was 2009.
All right. So the guys have counsel?
They did.
Have the same attorney, or they have separate?
No, they had to have separate attorneys.
And were these people that you knew, or how did they come about?
Our lawyer couldn't represent us because of a conflict of interest. So he set us up with 2 people and said if it was me, I'd want these 2 people on my side. So that's who we hired.
Okay. And is one of them going to be here tonight?
No.
Fair to ask whether they did a good job?
They did the best they could with Herkimer County.
They did.
Our lawyer put in 11 motions and got all 11 denied. He said it's never, ever happened to him. Ever.
And I'm sure some of those were simple things.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so they're well represented with somebody recommended by your attorney. And when do they go to trial?
They ended up decided to go with a bench trial, have the judge decide. But it was, by the time they realized that it was just too corrupt, they had to take a plea. Because they said if they went in front of this guy on a bench trial and they lost, he was going to give them 17 years.
So as happens all too often is people feel they have to take a plea.
Exactly.
It's the only logical thing somebody
Well, Tyler just had a baby, the baby was only 5 months old. And he said if I can do the 2 years if I have to, but I don't want to do the 17. I want to see my kid grow up. So.
Okay. All right, so they take a plea after all their motions have been denied.
In the plea, when they went to plead, they pleaded in November. They got sentenced that January, the judge let him stay out for Christmas and the holidays. But in that plea, the judge said that you'll be receiving 2 years flat, just 2 straight years, 3 years post on probation, and 10 years for, what's that called, where you, oh geez, I can't think of what it's called. They can't go around them people for 10 years. They got order of protection on them for 10 years against the Keeler gang. That's the bar owner's restraining order. It's order of protection against for 10 years. In November, when they took the plea, the judge said, I'll give you 2 years, but you have to pay $50,000 for the injuries that the victim suffered. But it was for loss of work. So when they went in January to be sentenced, the kid that was so badly hurt in this fight was in the paper for winning the big buck contest. That he could never, like, if he has any vibration, his eyeball's going to fall out, you know, shit like this. So we sent the newspaper clipping to the judge. And at sentencing, he changed that part up. They still had to pay $50,000, but he said it was for restitution for the injuries you had suffered. Not for back wages that you lost because you can't do nothing the rest of your life. So
they're sentenced in January 2010.
Yes.
And they have 2 years.
Yeah.
So are they out?
No. Taylor gets out September 26th this year, and Joy gets out September 27th.
Okay. So that's going to be close to, am I reading it wrong, or is that
18 months.
18 months. 2010. Okay.
They get 4 months off for good time.
Got it. What's their attitude about all this?
They just want to get home, get back to their lives, you know. They think it was a really raw deal, but what can you do about it?
What's your attitude about it?
I think it's disgusting. Crooked cops, crooked DAs, and crooked judges. It's like the good old boy system. If you don't know somebody, you're done.
Do you think this would have happened if these had been members of a local softball team?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't have mattered who it was.
These people are protected. They can do whatever they want in that town. The cop that arrested Tyler, Doug Murphy, he hangs out there quite a bit.
Do the people of Mohawk condone this? Do they know this goes on? Do they care?
Have no idea. Have no idea what goes on in that town.
How are the highwaymen regarded there? Any different than they are here?
We used to go to happy hour there every Friday night. Never had a problem in that place. We'd go there from 5 o'clock to 7. Have a couple beers and leave.
And the guys are wearing their shirts or jackets? So
Absolutely, yeah. Just this night they were really agitated for some reason. You can see it on the tape. The owner just keeps looking at Joey, and you could see him getting madder and madder and madder, and he just goes over and was yelling at the back of his head is what he was doing. Joey wasn't responding, so his brother comes flying through the crowd and slams him into the wall, and they all get after them and take them out the door.
Do we have the video on a laptop where we could bring it in and see it?
See, we're trying to get it to
Trying to get it?
trying to get it to work.
Okay.
It's not working.
I've got a laptop. Is it the
It could be.
DVD that's not working? It might be the laptop. Let's put mine on it. See what happens. You think there's any hope that anything would cause some justice in this case? Do you think if we shine the light on it, it's going to do any good?
Might make them put their head in the sand for a while. See, once you plead guilty to something, there is no reversing it. And they had to. And the other thing the DA said was, in order to have gang assault, you have to have a third person. And they said he was going to do a video feed from Afghanistan, and the person was going to pick out the third person, but they wouldn't tell us who it was from Afghanistan. So,
oh, sorry, you need a password?
Yes.
Ryan 4476. This is probably going to be the only motorcycle club that I'll get a chance to interview about a story like this, though I'm sure there's stories all over.
oh, there's probably tons of them.
Don't you guys as a group automatically get the short end of the stick?
99% of the time.
Is it just that you're convenient scapegoats?
I think I don't know what it is.
I mean, you've been here for a while, you could meet a nicer group of people.
The clubs, we're having our 35th anniversary in August. We never had any problems. You know, these things happen. Law enforcement watches too much TV, Sons of Anarchy, stupid shows like that. It's not what it's about.
Well, it's most often I find it's a case of money or relationships. So in this case, the relationships were very clear. May not have needed to be any money change hands for them to get what they wanted.
Right.
Is there anything that we can do about it? What would you say to people who are watching this who are going to see the tape and just go, "You got to be kidding"? Could happen to them.
Absolutely. Don't go to Mohawk.
What's the name?
Stay
What's the name of the bar again?
Side street.
What's the name of the bar?
The side street.
The side street.
Yeah.
I'll let you say that aside, but don't go to Mohawk and go to the side street.
Don't go to Mohawk and go to the side street.
Steve, what else would you like to say? Talk about it.
That's about it. It's just a bad situation, you know. These guys got tied up in bullshit.
Had Tyler ever had a problem before?
Nope.
Joey?
Nope. Everybody's been in scuffles, but nothing to this. You know, this is ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Nobody ever thought it was going to go like that.
Well, I'm sure.
And these guys were standing up for one another, you know. Joey was outside he had 4 guys on top of him. Tyler went out and helped his buddy, you know. That's what you're supposed to do.
Any honorable person would do that. So
Right.
Absolutely. I'd have been there.
Well, the Keeler gang got away with it.
So any luck with the laptop? when they're settled. All right.
Well, I can give you the tape, though.
Okay.
And I'm sure you can find somebody, and you can watch the tape. Sarah watched it, broke it down. Sarah?
Yes.
How long were they actually in the bar?
I know Tyler was in the bathroom for 29 seconds.
And that's when they attacked Joey. Joey came out. Tyler and another brother went in the bathroom. And in 29 seconds, they attacked Joey.
Was Tyler as pumped up as he is in the picture on the wall?
Not quite. He's done all that in jail.
Yeah. But he's not a little guy.
No.
All right.
He hits hard, though.
I bet he does. All right. I don't know what
That's
else
the story.
I can ask you. You've told me the story.
That's the story.
Any other observations on judges or DAs or law enforcement?
My opinion on judges is they shouldn't be DAs first. That's just my opinion. Because they're too close to the, if you're a DA and then you become a judge, you're too close to the system. You can't be fair and impartial, in my opinion.
So I think it's a good opinion. I don't think judges should be lawyers. Of course, in most places it's a requirement. You have to be a lawyer to
Right.
be a judge. They're all part of the same club.
Right.
And I think
Being a judge is supposed to be fair and impartial. You're supposed to look at both sides of the whole mess and figure out what's the right thing to do. That's why they shouldn't be DAs and then judges.
come in with a hawk mentality and to get the other guy. And,
Absolutely.
the defendant's always the bad guy.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll shut it off and go to our next person.
Thank you.
I think it's Mimi. Mimi's next.